Welcome to Fix It Friday. On today's episode, we're going to be working on this old Lawn Boy push mower. This is the first Lawn Boy I believe I've ever worked on, and not really sure what's wrong with it. Just going to go through it, check it out, and see what we can do. First thing we're going to do is pull off this plastic shroud so I can look down in there and get a better view of what's going on. This mower's actually from a repeat customer. He collects Lawn Boy lawnmowers. He said this one was one that he gave his son a few years ago. So I don't think it's been ran in a while. Got a couple pieces missing. Needs a little TLC. But he seems to really like these Lawn Boys. He says they do good. Let's see what we can do. Gotta love two strokes. Reeds. Reeds seem like they're in okay shape. They're still there anyway. And this is that little plunger I was talking about. So we'll clean that off and take the bowl off and see what it looks like in there. Cleaned the carburetor. It was in pretty rough shape. There was the float in there looks terrible, but it still works. It's still floating. I tried it. Put a new gas line on it. The old one was rusted up, so now I'm gonna give a few pulls. The primer isn't attached, so that's not gonna help us any. I may have to choke it a little bit, but there's no actual choke on it, so I'll just have to cover up the intake. Alright, let's see if we can choke this thing a little bit. Just using a paper towel to cover up the intake. That way it'll suck the fuel in there no matter what. Alright, give it a little air. Yeah! don't have the kill switch hooked up on this thing, so I gotta kill it by choking it out. Thing runs. It runs. Good deal. It's not the fastest running mower, or doesn't scream like a two-stroke usually does, but thing doing good. Got a little bit of a gas leak on the underside of the carburetor. That spring-loaded bowl check, it looked like it used to have some silicone on it. It's been ate away a long time ago, so anytime there's gas in there, it's got just a little bit of a leak. But it's got a fuel shut off here, so it shouldn't be too big of a deal, unless the owner wants me to try to find a new carburetor, which is probably not easy for this thing. Pretty cool old lawnmower. Still got life in it. Alright, so I need to go to the parts house and get some of this really fine fuel line for the primer bubble. Doesn't necessarily need it, but it's got it on there. Might as well hook it up if I can. This stuff is busted and cracked. I gotta figure out, well, I'll put this back on there, the air filter. Put everything back together. I went and got a small fuel line for this primer bubble, so now it works. Don't have an air filter in there. The local hardware store didn't have any air filter material, so I'm going to see if the owner wants me to buy one and order it, or if he has one, or maybe just do without for now. The on-off switch here, not really that great. It works, but it's loose and it can come out, so I don't know if he wants me to try to fix that or just leave it the way it is. But it starts now. Just prime it a couple times. Give it a good pull.